The easiest way to make all your graphics look cohesive is having a consistent background. It's basically like a magic way to make everything look like your brand. Backgrounds can be sneaky. They cover a huge amount of the surface area of everything that you're designing for, and oftentimes they have sneaky background textures that you don't even realize, but they make a huge difference. Welcome to part 6 of the Coheasy content series, where I break down how to make your branding look cohesive and feel easy. Today, we're filling in the background portion of the capsule brand. Your capsule brand is just a slice of your overall brand that you use for 90 days to cut down on decision fatigue and to break in your brand. The first option is flat background, and this is an option. A lot of times there's a subtle texture on a lot of these templates that you're looking at, so having flat as your option will make it look different and look like you, and you just choose colors from your color palette that you're going to use over and over again. You could also use a flat gradient. You could use like a noisy gradient is kind of popular right now. You could also choose a subtle texture that has some sort of tie into your brand, which is what I did. I chose bed sheets as my subtle texture and then overlaid it with my colors in a gradient. I chose bed sheets because WorkShy Studio is kind of all about jokingly being a stay-in-bed brand where I'm lazy and I'm trying to find ways to work less. Therefore, bed sheets makes perfect sense, and I love my colors in a gradient, and that was really the only reason why I chose that. If you're going to be mostly working in Canva, right now they still don't have the multiply feature for colors, so I would choose a light or a white texture if you're planning on overlaying your colors over it, because it just looks the best with colors until Canva finally creates the multiply option for colors. But I digress. Basically, is there a texture out there that says something about your brand that you could subtly have in the background, even if it's not like screaming frosting or screaming snow or cozy sweater? You know it's there, and it does create a subtle, unique texture. Or if you don't have to put your color over it and you can have a green grass background straight up and that makes sense for you, or with a filter, then hey, the sky's the limit, literally and figuratively. Another common option is using a pattern and subtly overlaying it at like a low opacity over their color. This works really great as well and is often a little easier to work with than a photo in Canva, but lots of great options here. You might be surprised just how big of an impact it makes once you start inserting these backgrounds in all of the graphics that you create. Put it in the background of all of your social media posts, your presentations, your website, and watch all those things transform. If you stick with it for the 90 days and beyond, you'll be surprised. People won't even have to think about it. They'll just start to identify your posts because of this subtle background that is unique to your brand. So that's it for today. Decide what you want your unique background to be. Gather them in your messy mood board, fill in your background slot, and meet me back here tomorrow for the next step. Or skip ahead by commenting Thoughtless below, and I'll send you a link to my freebie, which goes even more in depth of all of these pieces of the capsule brand, as well as the rest of my No Fuss framework.